Hi everyone, it's Annie from A Phoenix Healing. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's Sunday, October 26, 2025, and I was guided to do a reading for the collective for today and the week ahead. I'm using Denise Linn's Soul Coaching Oracle cards. There are two cards that flew out and moved over, number 23, Freedom, and number 26, Gratitude. I definitely feel that these are very resonating, especially with the energies right now, and especially where we are even in this year alone. Number 23, Freedom. Break free, express yourself, and let your spirit fly. Flaunt your stuff, dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Be daring, fling your arms to the heavens in joy. You aren't here to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectations of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Replace the phrase I should with I could, but I choose not to at this time. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give to those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. Affirmation, boundless freedom surges through me. Number 26, Gratitude. The universe is grateful for you. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you. Gratitude is the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's so simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you do, appreciate and life will grow. So discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch miracles unfold. Affirmation, this is a glorious time to be alive, and I am so grateful. I definitely feel like the messages are very resonating because, again, we are in this 9 world year, and some people are in the double 9 year because if their personal year is a 9, they're feeling that double 9 energy in particular. So it is absolutely the time to be breaking free of, anything that is no longer resonating with your soul, your growth, your heart, things that you've outgrown, relationships, careers that are no longer aligned. And especially when I say relationships, it's not just romantical. It could be relationships with, a friend, a family member, yes, romantical, like a peer, a coworker, a job, just anything that no longer sits well in your soul and you're ready to let it go. Well, sometimes even things let go, like even if you're not ready, but whatever needs to be let go and released, give yourself the freedom to break free of it and, have the strength to walk away and just wash your hands of it. And especially to being in a state of gratitude, being grateful for everything. Despite maybe if there's not so great things happening, there's always something to be grateful for. Being grateful to have clean water, having food for your belly, a place to sleep and rest your head at night, shelter, just things that not every human being on this earth, not even human, any life, especially the paw babies that are outside, right? Just being grateful for shelter, food, clothes, warmth, water, just some, what should be every life's right to have, just being grateful for these things and, being grateful for how far you've come. And especially when you do the healing of the work, when you release parts of yourself, outdated versions of yourself that no longer align, when you release outdated relationships and, things that no longer align, you're releasing things, but then also being grateful you have this experience that you go through. Even my last video, I did with my experience being married to my twin flame, and unfortunately, yes, it was toxic and there was a lot of not so great things that happened in that marriage and everything. But if that wouldn't have happened, the gifts that I had wouldn't have come online. I never would have met my mentor. I never would have met my soul sisters. I would have never have another world open for me that I didn't know that was out there. But you have to release things, but and then you have to also have that sense of gratefulness and gratitude and just being thankful. Because especially when people go through challenging times, some people can go the other way. Some people don't process and think, okay, What can I do to do the healing? What can I do to heal from all this pain and betrayal and hurt? Like, where can I go from here? How can I grow? How can I evolve? And some people just don't do that. And, it's when you get to that place of maturity and higher consciousness too, you're like, okay, yes, I went through this. Things have shaped me to be who I am, but I made good choices. And now, being grateful for experiences, especially when really nice things and wonderful things happened that wouldn't necessarily happen if the challenging things didn't happen in the first place. So things do happen for a reason even if we don't understand at the time, and even though it may obviously suck, but it's life. We go through things. We're here on this earth plane now for a reason, and it's definitely this time to be releasing things that no longer align, no longer serve your highest good, your best interests at heart, even stuff that doesn't align with you. Being more true to yourself, having the freedom to not give a crap. One of my favorite lines ever was from 10 Things I Hate About You. And, there is this line that Kat says to Patrick when they're out in the water, on that little foot pedal boat about, she doesn't why should she have to live up to other people's expectations and stuff, and she wants to live for her life, and that's how you should, right? This is your life. As someone who believes in past lives, we are living a life right now, that the life that we are consciously living, we owe it to ourselves to have the life that we want, to don't have any restrictions, limitations, the boundaries, stuff that will do us more harm than good. It's obviously, for safety measure, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, verbal, all this. Yes, it's good to have, those boundaries, limitations, and restrictions in place. But to live one's life, just even that song, You Don't Owe Me, by Leslie Gore, and yes, done by, First Wives Club, to live my life the way that I want, to say and do whatever I please. I'm young and I love to be young. I'm free and I love to be free to live my life the way that I want, to say and do whatever I please. So, it's one of those things, live your life authentically and be very much grateful for it. Be grateful for all the good things that you have. Be grateful for all the things that, have yet to happen. But live yourself in such a way where you can truly say, I am expressing myself, I'm living myself in my authenticness. I am true to myself. I do not betray myself, and I always represent myself with the highest integrity and level of truth. And like I said, be grateful for the life that you have and the life that you're living, because someone out there sometimes does not have the gifts and the opportunities that you may have. So being just grateful and being grateful for everything that you've gone through and where you've come and where you're going. So with that said, I hope these messages have been resonating for you, the freedom and gratitude, and live your life authentically, live your life truthfully, be true to yourself always, live up to your expectations, don't live up to others. As long as you're true to yourself and you're living a life aligned with you and your heart and your soul and your involvement in soul growth, that's all that matters. If other people have an issue with it, that's on them. But live your life true to you. Be true to yourself always. Have a great day, everyone, and a great start to your week, and I will see you guys soon.